Hey everyone, let's have a conversation about hard emotions and how to transform them. The way I see it is, our brilliance is this strong current that comes through us. And when the current slows down, we start to have those harder emotions like anger, grief, blame, disempowerment, victimhood, defensiveness. We've all been there. And nothing wrong with being there. However, when that comes up, when those emotions come up, the way I like to see it is that it's kind of like the red light at your gas tank when it says you're empty, right? When we see that red light of our own emotions, what if we paused? What if we stopped and did some self-care, right? Yesterday, I was having one of those days. The dog ate my glove compartment, and so I was mad. And I noticed I started to spiral down and starting to let it give me an excuse to be mad at all these other things. And kind of silly. But I noticed it, and you know what I did? I said, you know what? I'm going to stop. Had the time. I took a bath. I did some chanting, and I went to sleep. And I came out of it. And I realized that in my past, this would have had me spiral down into like a month-long depression. But instead, I got some self-care and I shifted this. So that is one way to see those hard emotions as this indicator that, oh, I need some self-care. The other way to look at it, another way to look at it is that, wow, I have some hard emotions here. Maybe asking some questions around, what am I making really important about a certain story? What am I identifying with? Am I making this emotion more real than what's really true about myself, which is this brilliance, right? This brilliance is who you are. That strong current of brilliance that's what you are. But if we're identifying with a story from childhood or a story from our culture, right? Sometimes that can keep us in these kind of survival mode, hard feelings, hard emotions, instead of keeping us here thriving in joy and positivity and hope and trust. So looking at where you're focusing and where you're identifying and maybe shift it and see if that starts giving you some relief and spiraling you back up. And finally, if we have this strong current of well-being, what if it could help move those emotions right on out with it? And I experienced this profoundly last year when my best friend, my dad, passed away of lung cancer at 66. And I noticed that I would have grief and I would be nervous that, oh my gosh, if I start crying right now, I'm never going to stop and I have to go to work. But what I noticed is when I allowed it, and I allowed it to move along the current with that strong sense of brilliant energy, current flow that we have, it would move. The grief would move. I cried for about 10 minutes, and then I was able to be functional and happy the rest of my day. And this happened often. This happened for the whole year where I'd get these moments where I'd cry, it'd move it on out with that current, and then I would feel happy again. So it didn't have to be a whole day or week or month or whole year of grief. It was just these waves that my current of well-being and brilliance just helped me move out. So hard emotions, they can be indicators of where we're putting our focus and where we're suffering. And there's ways of doing some self-care and having that strong sense of that brilliant current flow them out so that you can get back to your brilliance, to your knowing, your trust in you, your happiness, your joy. These are the frequencies that we're going to make change quickly on the planet. Okay, we're going to make change no matter what. But how fast do we want the change that we really desire? Or do we want to keep looping our histories? Do we want to keep living the same thing over and over and then eventually make a little stride forward? This is what happens when we live in those survival mode feelings. This is what happens when we are identifying with our stories and identifying with our emotions. It's just slower change. There's nothing right or wrong or good or bad about it, but if you would like to decrease your suffering, increase the change rate, and really experience life with this brilliant energy that flows right through you, that's available to you, take a look at hard emotions in this way that I'm sharing with you today. I wish you all the best. Take care. And if you like this video and things like this, please subscribe below for more. And there's lots of different ways to get support if you need it. My Voice Your Brilliance monthly membership is one of those ways. So if you're looking for support and some type of way of coaching or something like that, I have that for you. And if you're looking for sound healing support, I have some YouTube videos about that as well. And so just all the best to you. Namaste.